All right, I think we're live now. So this is the first session of Worlds in Peril X-Men 83. It's set at Midtown High, and we've got our three students here. Do you guys want to introduce yourself just really quick? Just name, maybe a power concept, and your origin book, I guess. What it's left to right for me. It goes from Fraser to John to Peter, if that works.
Sure. Okay, so Felix, codename Flood, is working towards proving myself. The origin is an accident. I think I was drowned, and now I have hydrokinesis, and I'm really strong as the water flooded into me. And what else? I'm like a young Namor concept, so I'm pretty strong as well. No flight though, no little wings, and I fit in pretty normally. And as far as what I look like, I'm Caucasian with glasses, and I've got, I don't know, an 80s hairstyle of some kind. And I always wear Adidas. It's my brand trademark thing going on.
Okay. So my guy's name is Toolbox. Real name is Ian Flynn. And he is actually half alien. So similar to the techno-organic species I explained. So he's powers he can transform himself into different things and shape change a little bit. And what else did you want
to know? Your origin book was Alien?
Yeah, my alien heritage is my origin, and I'm working towards figuring out who I am.
Perfect. That should be good.
Great. My character is Crash, aka Josh Russell, and my origin book is that I'm from the future. Name is Crash because it was an accident, and I didn't mean to come back, and now I can't get back right now. I think power set wise, of course, the specific thing is that I'm fast, both speed-wise, physically, and also a sharp mind. And I'm working towards getting home.
Perfect. All right, so we're going to open up on Midtown High here. So it's just like your typical high school in New York. It's in February of '83. It's getting cold. There's been snowing for a while. There's forecast to be even more snow on the way. So if you live anywhere near us, you should fit right in. It's the last class of the day, physics with Mr. Essex. He's up giving a lecture. He says that the Sentinel program is now up and running at the school. So if you have any interest in joining, we will be watching out and keeping an eye for any mutant activity. And you can help keep the school safe. They are working on a identification procedure, which will help us out for, mutants in the classrooms and, of course, getting to them before there's any problems, before they turn into Magneto-type characters. So if you want to help with that, you can talk to Arnie over there. And then one kid in the front row looks back. He's got like a stack of sheets with the little Sentinel logo on the top there. He says, otherwise, keep safe. And there's going to be a lot of snow coming down. So, bundle up. We wouldn't want you to miss any school. And we'll see you after that. Now, in the rare case of the snow day, I know you guys would be heartbroken. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign you a little extra homework, pages 82, 83 in the textbook. If you have any questions, you can come and see me. If there is a snow day, of course, you probably want to show up early and get the drop on everybody else. If that's it, though, the bell should be about to ring, and then the bell rings, and that should be it. So as you guys start to funnel out of the class, you guys make your way out outdoors. It's the last class, so you see, that classic just kind of catastrophe in the hallways, everyone running to their locker, trying to get out of the place. Snow is coming down. Everyone is hoping for a snow day because, the holy grail of high school, basically, missing school for legit reasons. And I would like to kind of get a glimpse into what your guys' routine is after school. We can
Artie every day.
Pardon?
I just beat Artie every day.
Beat Artie?
Yeah.
The poor kid?
He's a white supremacist, probably.
Okay, so you are like one of the more popular kids in school. Arnie is one of the more nerdy ones, but he's like the head of the Sentinel program, and it's kind of like this new project that they're bringing in to, like I said, keep a watch, I guess you could say. It's something they've been talking about for a couple weeks, since before Christmas, and then you guys were kind of able to forget about that over Christmas break. But now that things are back and things are more real, it is kind of a danger, perhaps for some, because you don't really know if you would test out, like, would you be a mutant if you were an alien? Who knows, right? That kind of thing. So it is a source of stress, probably. And then, of course, everyone knows the Sentinels as like the big giant monsters that went crazy 10 years ago when Magneto tried to assassinate the president. So like maybe some of the more risque students out there might be wearing like Magneto was right t-shirts, that kind of thing. The ones that get sent to the principal's office more often than not. And so what I would like to hear actually in particular is there's going to be quite a bit of snowfall, but what I'm wondering is why about 40 minutes from now, when the school is cleared out, you guys are all in the backfield. And then I'll tell you what happens, but I just want to get a sense of what do you think you'd be doing there after school? Why after everyone's gone home? So like where there's like a giant football field kind of thing. So it's a big school. There'd be like the 2 designated smoking spots. There'd be a place where maybe some of the cool kids hang out behind, like the theater area in the back. And then there'd be multiple fields. So there'd be like a football field outside of one of the areas there. And then there'd maybe like a baseball diamond type thing out in the other area. So quite a massive back area, especially in New York.
So Toolbox has a thing of spray paint and is writing "Sentinels suck" on the football field.
How would he be dressed? Do you think he'd be like a Clash kind of guy?
Yeah. So like leather jacket, cut off, short sleeves, punkish hair.
Is he worried about hiding how he looks? You're saying that he was kind of like, is it obvious? Probably not from far away, but
yeah, not from far away. But if you get up close, it looks like he has kind of like almost like scales, but it like geometric shapes.
Also, it's all like different patterns and stuff. It's not like a uniform chainmail kind of thing or something.
It'd be a uniform pattern, so like
okay.
hexagons all over. I think
cool.
hexagons line up.
And he's technological then.
Yeah. Only if you look really closely at it.
Right. Perfect. And what would Crash from the future be doing in the backfield there?
So I think Crash is sitting in the bleachers. I think he's sort of just kind of staring intently at the football field. I think the football field actually, all those months ago when he first crashed here, is where he came out of. And it's completely covered now by the snowfall, but it's basically before there was like a scorch mark of sorts that kind of spread across. And people kept thinking, apparently from the school, that there was some rival team or maybe gang of some kind that like tried to do some harm to the football field. But he's just kind of staring. He's got look wise, I think he's basically disguised himself as what he thinks is an 80s nerd, but it's kind of like the glasses, and yet he's also kind of got this New Order shirt on that says Blue Monday, because that came out in 83. And so he's, for whatever reason, he's actually not dressed in like too many clothes. He's actually like he's just wearing clothes that you might wear in like fall or whatever. He's just not at all.
Looks like a Canadian.
Yeah, a bit actually. Yeah, I think he's gotten one or two comments from people going, "Oh, are you just?" Because they're like, "Oh, you must not be from around here." So they're like, "What, are you from Canada?" And he's just like, "Yeah, yeah." Like I think he responded like that the first time because he genuinely was like, "Why would I be from Canada?" And everybody took that to mean, "Oh, he's from Canada."
Yeah.
And he's
One
just
thing
like,
I did want to ask about the whole future thing, is there something you're trying to prevent? Like you mentioned that it was just kind of like, whoops, I got here by accident kind of thing. But is there something that you remember that was like, oh man, now that I'm here, maybe that would be a good thing to prevent?
so I think that
There doesn't have to be.
no, but I think there is something. And I think it's not quite of the great magnitude of like the world is in danger, but I think I'm not sure yet. There is something.
Sure, yeah. No, it makes sense. Yeah, yeah, something to think about. It could be like a personal thing, like that's something you know that happened with your family. It could be like Sentinels and genocide or something like that. It could be like, anything.
Yeah. I think it might just be something as simple as like I'm trying to. There's a specific person that I'm trying to warn of something that may or may not be inevitable, and I'm trying to change it. And I think the person I'm trying to warn, who up to this point I've actually kind of tried to avoid, is my mother.
Right. Makes sense. And then it also could make sense too that since you're back in time that you're kind of muddled and stuff too, right? Like you might be like flashes or nightmares or whatever.
It'll oftentimes be like I'll make a like small reference to something and then kind of have a flash and something changes.
Sounds good.
And it's like, okay, so if I make too many references, I might just short circuit time, and there it goes.
Perfect. All right. And Flood, what are you doing back there?
So it froze up for me when you were talking. So where are we? We're at a field.
Oh yeah. In the backfield, there's a bunch of snow falling, and it's just like 30-40 minutes after class kind of thing. So I'm just wondering what you guys would be doing in that backfield.
Oh,
among other people as well.
Yeah, well, maybe I'm like graffitiing and saying like something that's like anti-Sentinel stuff.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you have a bond with Toolbox as well, right? So
yeah,
makes sense.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like exactly the same.
Exactly.
That's good.
You guys are like spray paint, and I'm like, let me just
novel
have a moment.
For
I'm like, that will be gone in years.
Yeah, maybe it says like "wake me up" or something. I don't
know. For looks, you were saying that you had like Adidas on, and you're kind of like preppy. So like Steve from Stranger Things kind of thing, or
I don't remember who that is. Yeah, I posted a link. I have like the sort of buzz cut with hair back. It's like a punkish kind of look.
Okay, yeah, I see.
Like that. And then but I am dressed kind of preppy still.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so as you look off into the field too, you see Crash on the bleachers, and it looks kind of like as snow hits him, it like fizzles up, like it's almost burning. Also, you guys both look up into the sky, especially Crash here because everything happens in kind of slow motion for you, right?
Mhm.
And you just kind of see like the clouds like open up, like biblical style almost. They just open up, and you just see like this strange silver thing, like an asteroid almost is your first thought, right? Except it's like glinting off the sun, and you just see it coming towards you, and it feels like it's happening so slowly, right? It's just like and then you just see like this object like coming down because the visibility is quite low. It's basically almost like a blizzard at this point. And then as the object comes down, you can see like all this like storm kind of like follow afterwards. And then to Toolbox and Flood, you just see like this silver object just like smash go flying into the ground. And all this snow kicks up, and it's just this huge like tsunami of snow coming towards you guys.
The there's a tsunami coming towards us. Like, does it look
So
like it's headed for other kids, or?
Yeah, so it looks like this. Basically, all the snow that was on the field is now like rushing towards the school. It is after school, so there's not like a ton of people around, but there are some kids like milling around, and especially because Flood is like the cool guy, right? He's got his little entourage who thinks that what he's doing is so amazing, even though you already started it, right? He's like, "Whoa, that's amazing! Oh, that's even cooler, even though it's the same." And yeah,
Nobody thinks I'm cool for doing it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get kids away from here. Like, run, everybody!
Yeah, so you hear the poof, and then you're like, "Oh my god, get out of here!" And Crash, what would you be doing? Because you'd actually be seeing this, kind of being like, "Wow, that's kind of cool, right?"
Yeah.
I don't see that often.
No, but you know what? I think even though my kind of thoughts of the future are muddled, I think I have a vague idea that this was supposed to happen. So, like, that's why I didn't
I remember that. And and then as you look back, you see why, because your dad is there. So he probably would have related the story to you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and I think, like, I just kind of like turn and I go, why do I remember? Oh, there's my dad. And then just like,
I wonder how he made it.
Yeah. And then I'm like, wait, was it me? And before I can even finish that thought, I'm just like, kind of like getting it, like I'm suddenly like right there, like trying to just kind of get him away, going like, go with the other kids.
Sounds good.
Trying to prevent my own death.
Sounds good. So what I would like is, so you're gonna zip over and you're gonna be trying to get people inside, right? So people just kind of look and you're like, once on the bleachers, not anymore, not anymore, kind of thing, right?
Right.
And you're just hustling them inside.
Yeah.
All right. So, Flood, what are you doing? Because you hear like this sound. You're like spray painting. You're like shh, and then you just hear like boom, and then and then you look over and you see. Well, Ian to you, I guess it would be going, get the hell out of here. And you've got a bunch of people around you, and you turn to look behind you, and it's just like this sheet of white, like flooding towards you.
Yeah, I excite the water molecules so it melts. Like
okay, so you're just gonna turn that into a real tsunami?
No, I was thinking about once it's water, I could kind of, move it away.
Does it have to be water? Couldn't you just do it?
I guess so, because
just kind of like you're just trying to like swash it out of the way, kind of thing.
Sure, yeah, like make it part where the kids are, like go around them,
like a Red Sea action kind of thing.
Yeah, except cooler because it's snaking.
Because it's what?
Because it's like snaking around the kids. It's much harder.
Oh, so like only all the parts where they are kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. So that definitely sounds like you're pushing.
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming you haven't done something like that before.
Well, not on a Tuesday.
So how hard do you think that would be for you?
Let's see. I can move water from one location to another simply, so probably difficult.
Difficult, okay. So why don't you go ahead and roll? I think that would be maneuver. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Okay.
What's your modifier for that?
1. Oh, that's no good.
Oh no.
5.
All right. So you go to like I guess if this was an X-Men movie, you're probably doing something like that. So you go to try and take control of the tsunami, and then like just the force of it, it's just way too much for you. You haven't done anything huge like this before. So what's going to happen is you are going to take a moderate condition, and it's just going to be what happens is that you try to take control of the particles, but you actually end up having drawing them towards you, and it actually encases you in like a block of ice. So you manage to get a bunch of it away from you, but only by drawing it towards you rather than like separating it from other people. And you're just like encased in this block of ice, and you see Ian going, and then you can actually like see him through the ice, right? So he's just like, I don't know what the hell just happened there, but you're like, and then it's just ice all around you. The good news is that all that stuff that you drove, that you sucked in towards you, is actually saved a bunch of the people around you. So there's like this hole, but everywhere else there's like this a bunch of like snow still coming towards both. Ian, it looks like. Did you bring them inside? Crash, Josh? Did you bring them inside?
No,
Or are you still outside?
I was trying to coerce them, but I don't think I was exactly following them. I was just kind of like, come on. Nothing to see here.
Okay, so it'd be rushing towards both of you. But immediately in front of you, Ian, toolbox would be this your fellow flood here, encased in a block of ice and a whole bunch of snow coming your way still. So how do you think you would mitigate that?
I'm gonna try and just lift him up and run with him. Like if
Okay.
I
That sounds like a straight up defy danger to me.
Sure.
With a maneuver as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say maneuver. So my maneuver is +2.
Oh, nice.
So
Does your shape-shifting help you with that? Like, does it make you like quicker almost? Like you're like extending yourself almost? Or are you just trying to not give it away at this point?
he probably stretches his arm a little bit so he can get better grasp on him.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, you're a high school student.
But not too much to try and
not give up the game in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
makes sense.
So I got a 9.
Perfect. Okay, so you can definitely get him inside. The only thing is you're probably not gonna be able to get in there with him because he's like massive. So you can either just try and shove him through the doors, but it means that you're gonna get smashed with all this snow from behind kind of thing. And then you would essentially like block it and the doors, I guess. Well, technically the ice block would help with that, I guess. The ice block named Felix.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll do just that. I'm gonna shove him in, and I'll take getting hit by it because he has no control over what he's doing at the moment.
Makes sense. All right, so yeah, you managed to like wedge the ice in basically, and it makes like a giant wedge basically, so none of the snow can go in. Crash, do you do anything just before this happens? You
Yeah.
try to get out of the way.
I think what I do is, because I see this all happening in slow motion, I see Toolbox kind of shove this block of ice in there, and in order to wedge it in, and I kind of see that he's gonna get hit, and I just kind of step in front of him, and then just kind of, like before with, I seem to be vibrating to keep myself warm. I just kind of vibrate faster to try and just kind of keep. Basically, like any of the snow that's going to hit me is just going to like melt.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Is that a thing on your profile?
I think that the vibrating sort of thing, I think it would be, and I think at that particular frequency, it's just difficult.
Okay. Perfect. So why don't you roll for push, and that will determine if you can add it. So if it's something you learn,
Okay.
or not as well.
Okay, so do I just roll 2d6?
Yeah. Yeah, you just roll 2d6.
Okay.
And you said it was difficult?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, push doesn't have modifier, I don't think.
It's a 5.
Oh, you guys like that one. All
Well,
right,
really
so
don't.
all right, so you said it was difficult. So you're also gonna take a condition here. It's just gonna be you both. You guys are both gonna get drowned out in the snow. For Ian, you're gonna be in snow. For Crash, there, you're gonna be in ice too now because it actually turned to water, right? Which then froze. Because you're vibrating, so it does turn into water around you, and now we've got another giant ice block. And then, like I said, as for Toolbox, you're buried, but thankfully just in snow, I guess. But it's still you can still breathe at least, whereas these guys are just kind of stuck there, encased in Indiana or in carbonite style, because Star Wars would be out at this time.
Just like, is your name George Lucas?
George Lucas walks by. So yeah, you guys are encased in snow, and you kind of like look. You're trying to like obviously, find your way out of the snow. And then you just see this light. It's coming off in the distance, and it's just kind of starts as like this orange glow, and then it gets like brighter and brighter and brighter. And then you see this woman who looks very feminine, except she looks kind of like, it almost reminds you of like a bird. And she's got like this giant golden scepter, and she's holding it, and she's just radiating heat, and everything around her just, starts to dissipate, and the snow kind of like sloughs off. And as she walks towards you, you can just feel everything melting. But as she gets closer to you, it doesn't really feel hot to you at all. Like it just kind of like, just as if she was just like, controlling the elements rather than emitting a heat. But she's glowing. And she's wearing like this kind of like a banded silver armor with a golden scepter. And she reminds you of Bird because she's got like feathers all across as like hair. It's all feathers, kind of like a peacock kind of almost. And she's got like the 80s makeup going on still. And yeah, she just walks towards you. And then you guys the ice does start to melt off you. And then she turns.
my friends.
Yeah, the ice does start to melt a lot slower than the snow, though. And she turns to you, Toolbox, and she goes, "Ishina mana."
Ishima Wanamana?
And then she takes the scepter.
Duran?
Yes. Then she takes the scepter and she taps you on the head. And then she says, "Where is your leader?"
You mean like the principal?
You might call him principal, I suppose.
I don't know. He's
The
probably
one that would look like me.
nobody.
She smashes the staff down, and there's like this glow, and it shoots all out, and all the snow around you dissipates, and green grass like rushes up.
That was kind of neat. So I think you want somebody more important than the principal. Like, I don't know, the president's in Washington. You want to go that way?
Your Imperator.
Sorry, we don't have that word here.
If there was someone bad, who would kill it?
If there was someone bad, who would kill it? I don't know. There was that mutant on TV. The army took him down. So, the army?
The army. Army. Where's army?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
She starts looking around. No.
Are you a bad person?
No. Look at me. I am
Yes,
splendid.
but you were looking to somebody that would stop the bad people, so usually the bad person wants to take them out first.
She holds the scepter up and points at the sky, and you see like all these rings opening up all over the place, and these like silver things come shooting down. And she goes, "Bad."
Are those yours?
No.
Okay. Well, if you get these guys out of ice, we might be able to help you. I've
She
fought
takes
a couple
the scepter
bad
and
things
smash, and everything crumbles around. And she says, "I sensed power here."
That was, oh God.
Flood, this lady's looking for you.
She goes, "Imperator?" She says, "Come," and then she starts like walking off.
All right. So wait, so when she did her little scepter thing and the things came down out of the rings, was that like a permanent thing, or was she just trying to show us these things?
Yeah, when you look up again, you don't see anything.
So
Like,
it was just
it looks normal, like
a
a
hologram.
blizzard. It looks like a blizzard, so it's not normal, but you don't see
like a hologram, right?
Yeah, maybe. So you start walking. She turns and starts walking back, and then wherever she goes, everything is visible, and then it kind of like clears up behind her, like the blizzard kind of encloses her, kind of thing. But it doesn't seem to touch her at all. And she gets to the middle of the field, and you can see she's got like this silver, kind of shiny, like a ship that she crashed in, kind of thing. It just looks like a giant silver egg, basically, and she touches it, and it starts like doing all these like little beeps and mechanisms and stuff, and then it shoots up into a tree.
Are those the bad things that she was talking about that came out of the portals?
This is what she came in.
Yeah, but does it look the same as the things she showed us?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, so I say you're bad then?
She says no.
You arrived at the bad thing.
I'm not bad. I'm good. Bad things come.
In those, and I point to which. Okay.
Very soon.
So how do we kill the bad things?
And then she looks at Flood and she says, "Huh? Huh?"
How we stop bad things.
You don't stop it. You hurt them.
How do
How
we?
we hurt bad thing.
And she takes the scepter and she like goes to stab you in the gut, and then she takes it back.
It's a pretty standard then.
Stabby. And then she looks at Crash and she says, "You know?"
Out of character, do I have any recollection of something that might even be like this?
No. Didn't make it into the history books.
Great.
Of course, the alien contact of 1983.
You're right. You're right. Who am I to hope that maybe my dad paid attention for more than the minute of, hey, a thing?
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. So I think I'm just gonna kind of eye the other two and talking slowly, like that helps. And then I'm just going to kind of go, look, I assume that if you came in the same thing, that those things are going to come in, that you're either of the same type, race, species, whatever you want to call it, or you have escaped from them.
Escape. Yes, Sparkle Man. Very wise.
Okay. So, how long do we have?
Maybe X plus 9.
X being
Now.
One rotation.
okay.
So a year.
9 days.
I'll see you in 365, friend.
Literally, like Flood's like a year, and I'm like, no, 9 days. Oh my gosh. Please, just pay attention.
And then you see like a whole bunch of the students like starting to come outside, like looking around and stuff. And then there's like this pathway that's clear with like a blizzard storming around. And you see her kind of like look over there. Pardon?
We should leave here to new safe location.
She says,
Let's go to the Pizza Hut.
and she hits a button, and then she like looks at one student who's like running away, and then she hits a button, and then like she's got like jeans and like plaid on and like sunglasses.
Decent.
What about her scepter?
No scepter.
It
Okay.
becomes an iPad. Oh wait, it's the 80s.
And she says, "Sparkle Man, one rotation."
One day. They'll be here tomorrow.
Great. That's 8 days less than I had first assumed.
I figured it was like 9 hours. So a whole day, that's time to spare.
Oh, I get it. X plus 9 hours would be the amount of time it would take to get till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
So how do we? Oh, how many? Yeah, let's go to the pizza. Let's go to the Pizza Hut.
Probably the arcade, maybe?
Yeah,
Or
let's go to the
wherever.
arcade.
Or the mall, or the arcade in the mall.
Ooh,
That's what you got.
Definitely the mall, because it's the 80s, and we have to end up there just like the X-Men movie did.
It's true.
We have to do better.
And I haven't mentioned Sentinels enough yet. So you guys head off to the mall? We'll say
Yes.
there's one You think there's one in like walking distance kind of thing? I guess you're in like in the middle of New York, probably. Eh?
Sure. This we
What's the
call
name of
hot
the
dog on a
arcade?
stick.
83 Tron would be out.
Yeah. Yeah, why not Flynn's Arcade?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Disney.
Yeah,
T-Rex.
Crash is just like really trying hard not to mention the awful sequel.
Oh, and she turns around and she says, "Oh, and white
Snake?
snake. Good one. You must be a hit with charades." She says, "Careful, white snakes."
Yeah,
Careful?
they're not a very good band, that's for sure.
Are you saying we should be careful of them, or the white snakes are going to be careful?
Careful of them.
Thank you. Also, I think like when he does the whole snap thing, he's like, "Thank you." There's just like the slightest bit of sparks when he like he just forgets sometimes, and it's just like, boop.
And I say, here we go again.
Oh.
And since you guys are just coming out of physics class, she sees that you've got like a book bag, and she asks, she's like, she points at the books. She's like, "Can I have your paper?"
These are training materials.
It will help with, language.
Okay. Sure.
I think I'm just gonna hand her like half my stack of paper and just be like,
This
don't
is
need
my
this.
homework. You do this.
No, I think Crash has like already gotten the homework done for the next 3 weeks, and he's just like, please, these are blank sheets.
This is algebra.
Oh my god,
This
you guys
is
are
what we
still on
do.
algebra. That's so easy.
Yeah, she probably like looks at the history textbook and like is like, and then she looks at the math textbook and she's like, "Oh, thank God." And then like, I don't know. I assume you guys are probably just like talking at a table or something like that. And she's just got her bag, and she's just like the book bag, and she's just like looking through the books. And then she looks at you and she says, "Sparkle Man, you have tachyons." And this is like 8 minutes later.
Yeah. What about them?
"So you're a Sparkle Man."
Yeah, I prefer to go by Crash. Thank you, but
Crash.
sure. Yeah, just yeah.
So she goes, "Crash, Lalandra,
Alondra.
Lalandra."
Lalandra. Nice to meet you.
And then she motions for you guys. "Lalandra,
Toolbox.
toolbox."
You said that so earnestly. It made me very happy.
Toolbox, Lalandra. Lalandra,
Say Flood,
Flood.
but everywhere else Felix.
Flood. What? Like on field.
Like what?
Like when the snow melted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually I'm a lot better at it, but I was having an off day.
She says, "I have introduced myself. You have introduced yourself." And then she disappears.
What?
What? Like, I put my hand where she is.
She wasn't there anymore. She like presses a button, like you assume you saw some movement under the table kind of thing. The books are gone as well.
Oh shit. Okay.
Aliens stole my homework. They're never gonna buy that one.
Are you gonna be able to get a refund on those textbooks? Those are expensive.
I say, Crash, aren't you supposed to be fast?
Jeez, Crash.
Aren't you supposed to be able to control water?
Hey, you watched a meteor hit and this woman go like disappearing.
Yeah, and I also have to watch you.
He was watching Toolbox say Toolbox.
Yeah, because just from my own perspective, when he went, "I'm Toolbox," it was, "I'm Toolbox." And he's just like, that's funny.
So you look over and you see two of your best buds, Steve and Todd. I mean, Flood's best buds, of course, because he's buds with everybody. Come sauntering over. They've got 7-Eleven, slushy cups in their hands, and they're like, they slam it down on the table, and it comes up a little, and they're like, Felix, well, what are you doing, man? You said you weren't even going to come to the arcade.
Plans change, Todd.
Whoa, where's all this hostility coming from?
You're the one interrogating me, bro.
You're not even from California. Okay. Like you tell people, I know, you told me. Tubular.
Okay.
And he's like, who are these assholes? And he throws you see him, it slow down in time as he's about to throw the slushy towards you guys. For Crash, it's just like, oh shit, not again.
No. I mean, Crash just kind of sees that and like, just kind of like does a full lean back to just kind of like let it pass him.
To hit Toolbox, or?
I'm not sure who I was sitting next to. We hadn't really established seating arrangements.
That's true. That's true. I was kind of picturing you three in a row, and then Lalandra on the one side.
Yeah, no, I thought it was. Okay. I thought it was like 2 and 2.
We could do that.
Yeah, no, because I was gonna lean back and
just let it miss you kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take a slushie.
Oh no, one for the team.
Okay.
It's an 80s movie. Someone's got to get a slushie on there.
Yeah. So you're right, Todd. You're not an asshole.
He looks extremely satisfied. And he says, listen, you better think about who you're hanging around with, and you better think about why you're lying to me. I invited you to the arcade. This is what I have to show for it.
I think
Steve, let's go.
And I think as they turn to leave, Crash just kind of looks at both of them and goes, "You're both probably going to die in 20 years."
And he kind of looks back. He's like, what a freak.
While they're talking, can I stretch my arms out to tie their shoelaces together?
Yes, absolutely. Like, what a to like Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of fist bump Toolbox and be like, nice.
Don't fist bump me. I saw what you did with the slushie.
Touche. Touche.
And they're just kind of like, oh, they get up and you can just tell by the looks on their faces that, they're going to want revenge somehow.
Maybe you boys should be more careful.
And you just see him like grab the cup again and go, such strag.
Very intimidating.
Ooh, was there even anything left in that?
And he turns around and throws it over his shoulder at you guys.
I'm just gonna kind of like reach out really quick and just bap it back at him.
Just like, it goes, you could easily do that. It goes back and he looks back again. He's like, they start walking away. They're like, they're not worth it. They're not worth it. Not worth it at all.
All right, bigger issue. Apparently aliens are coming. What are we doing about that?
Oh no!
I heard it's the most water in terms of wetness.
Yeah.
So I guess we should prepare for that somehow.
Yeah.
Should we, I don't know, go tell the military to let Magneto go or something? I don't
I
I just said it in the X universe for
yeah.
for,
I
like,
just got
psychic to it.
I just got like a flash to like us making like some kind of serial killer note with like on a newspaper, let Magneto go, aliens are coming.
Yeah, I will mail it to them.
Yeah.
It will get there soon.
Yeah, I think Crash is just gonna kind of be like, isn't there some school for gifted youngsters or something around?
You want us to go get the X-Men?
go find the
So if there was like a technological, like crazy technological species that you found out about, what would be like the person that you confided in or asked for help? Like who would be your I forget the guy's name, the kid's Wikipedia on Stranger Things. Or would this not be a thing you confide in people? I was just thinking because you have the Mr. Rush,
Okay.
the AV club.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know you were directing at me. Yeah, like
Is
I've
it something
shown,
we talked to him about?
he knows who I really or he has an idea. Like I've shown
A
him like
suspicion kind of thing?
yeah, I've told him like, I'm really good with computers and I can show him like how I can like change my hand into things, but like not to the full extent.
Like he thinks you just got a crazy hand.
Yes.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we could go talk to him and see what he thinks. He's a good guy and he's smart and he knows how to type, which is better than most of you. So
Shade.
I'm literally not going to say anything because in my mind, I'm literally thinking like, I can type faster than all of you, and not even on a keyboard. But you guys don't know about that, do you?
Okay, so we're
keyboards are
going to this
amazing.
guy.
What was
Yeah.
that? So you guys start heading back to school?
I think so.
sure.
All right. So you guys start heading back to the school. You go, kind of, it's really cold. It's blizzarding at this point, like full on. Like at this time in New York, one of the things you do remember from history is that there was like this 3-day blizzard that was like, still ranked like one of the, I don't know, top 3 in history or something for New York. So insane amounts. Like by tomorrow, like, you can't see cars on roads and that kind of thing. Tons of snow. So you start walking back towards the school, and you see the snow building up as well. It's like now that she's gone, of course, like everything was filled up pretty quick. Where she walked and everything had less snow, so it's obvious where it was. But in those areas where it's kind of shallow, you see like things kind of like shifting around and moving, like almost as if there was stuff like moving around underneath the snow. You can't really notice it in the deep snow, but to get through the field, you would have to cross that area.
Can I investigate that real quick? Like get up close and then report back?
Yeah, so if you get closer to it, you can kind of see that there are these patterns kind of thing. And if you look, it almost looks like metal, but it's kind of like white and almost I don't know, like moist as well. Like it's kind of glinting off, so it looks kind of like an organic metal that's white and like kind of like moving like snakes underneath the snow all over the
White
place.
snake. White snake.
And you see,
Okay.
like as you move close to it, it kind of looks like it knows, and it looks like it's kind of like, you know, it kind of shoots towards you, and you kind of like back up real quick. And obviously, it can't keep up with you, but it kind of like looks like it's looking for maybe heat or people or something. That's your general impression. You're from the future too, so maybe, you know, something like tremors or something goes off in your mind.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna just kind of like pop back real quick and be like, hey, so the white snake stuff she mentioned, I'm pretty sure that's the stuff. It's some kind of organic metallic stuff. And it seems to react to the presence of either heat or people. People give off heat. It's worrisome, and just be aware of it.
Like it's super slow for you. Like it's just like a normal creature kind of thing. So you would have no trouble getting by it kind of thing. But if you wanted to get back into the school from the back way, you would have to cross the field to do it. So.
Oh, she said to be careful of them. Could they, you know, be dangerous to other people? Is this something we need to do about it, or should we just avoid them?
Yeah, like, well, I bet if kids came out here, they'd probably get messed up, right?
Yeah, but do they come from her ship, or are they after her ship? I'm still kind of confused on what's going on here. Because she said to be careful of them, but they're where her ship was, so were they on
Yeah,
her
I
ship?
can the same vicinity for sure.
So either they were on her ship and she left them there, or they're hunting around that area because she was there in the past.
Yeah, they're looking for her, maybe.
Yeah. It seemed like whatever she came in wasn't maybe necessarily... Or she seemed to be escaping from something, so I don't know if it's her people or if she basically came to warn us of an impending invasion.
So let's deal with these white things.
I think that's a good idea.
And I'm going to turn my hands into big swords.
Okay, I think I know where this is going. So you're just gonna try and let one shoot towards you, and then
yeah. So
kind of thing?
see, Crash. See if you can lead one over here.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of get real close and be like, and then just kind of like bop back.
Okay, so like slow enough so that it can follow you, kind of thing.
Right? Yeah. Just kind of like almost.
Like for you, it's kind of just child's play. You're just like, here we go, it's coming now.
Yeah. No, I'm not like trying to harm any of them, but I'm like, guys, this is easy.
Sounds good. So yeah, you lure it over easily enough, and then once it's just about to shoot up, like it kind of shoots up out of the snow, and you see, like it looks, slightly faster to you, I guess. You're like, and then you're like, ooh, kind of thing, right over to Ian, and then Ian, I'm gonna have you go ahead and roll Defy Danger, just to see if you can get a cut at it before it shoots up and grabs a hold of someone.
Alrighty, would this be maneuver or protect or
maneuver? Well, you're trying to be fast, so I would say either trying to be. I'd probably go with maneuver, just trying to be fast about it.
All right. A 13. So yeah.
Very nice. So yeah, it shoots up and you just smack it out of the way, kind of thing. It's really hard, so you can't actually cut through it. It feels like I don't know what you've tried to cut before, but this is like the strongest thing you've ever encountered. So you managed to bat it away easily enough, and it goes flying, but you don't even like come close to penetrating it, kind of thing. Like it just, you can tell it's like, wow. And I don't know if you have any kind of abilities to analyze things or something like that, but you just kind of get this feeling like this is different. This is like something that you've never encountered before. Like you've never seen this kind of material. It's almost like you wouldn't say it's definitely a man-made thing, and it's definitely like a new thing that you've never heard of.
Okay.
So it snakes out, it shoots off and slinks, and then it just kind of like goes back, and you see all of the things kind of like retreat and suck back in somewhere.
See, I scared him off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Prash, you don't see them anymore either. They just all kind of like whip back, and you do like a kind of once over, and you're like,
All seems to be good.
Can we take a 5-minute bathroom break?
sure. So obviously I shouldn't hit stop broadcast.
No,
Fine.
keep
Yeah.
it going.
Fair enough.
Definitely keep it going.
Yeah.
Just pause. Don't pause. Don't press anything.
Don't
We all
press
turn
anything.
off our cameras and microphones and.
Sounds good.
I like that. Peter, your response was like, we should just go get the X-Men because we're fucked, basically.
Yeah, no, I mean, because in my mind, I was like, what?
That's just over in Westchester, right?
Well, because even in my mind, I was like, oh, we're dealing with a person that just crash landed onto our football field, and she's asking for our Imperator. That might just be like Professor X. I don't know.
Too
That
bad.
might. Yeah. I genuinely was just like, that sounds like the right idea. We are in the X-Men universe.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
There is a school that deals with this. Why are we at this regular school? And then I went, no, I'm going too deep. I'm going too deep.
I don't belong here.
10 years later, the X-Men are all dead.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. It's coming back to me now. Oh, yeah, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
30 years of comics is like they aged a year, so.
Yeah, and no, I'm just thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh god, that's the future I came from. The aborted Days from Future Past, and I'm like, ah! Freaking out.
We didn't have high schools.
We just had Sentinels.
Yeah, I was taught how to read by a nice sentinel named Johnny.
He treated me with kindness by only trying to kill me 3 times instead of 5.
Did you see the moves from the origin book?
Yeah, I did actually.
Yeah, for next session, there's stuff that you might want to bring in there every now and then. If you do if you do get like a concept that you want to like prevent for the future kind of thing.
Yeah, no, because I think, all joking aside, I do think that although I came back to prevent something perhaps personal, I think the personal thing could also have bigger repercussions. So
Yeah.
I think that, hey, I'm trying to prevent something might have consequences.
Makes sense. Which origin book was Flood again?
Accident.
Accident. So sad. Oh yeah, drowning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you guys are heading back into the school, yeah? To see Mr. Rush and the AV club. All right. So you guys head into the school. As soon as you get back into the school, you see that you hear a bunch of noises coming from the gymnasium, which is kind of on the way to the AV room anyway. But you see like all the students are like gathered there, and they're like, and then there was all the snow, and then it turned into water, and there was ice, and I don't know what I do then. And then you see Mr. Rush in there, and he's like, okay, let's just calm down. You guys actually take science class with me, right? So it's not going to be like that. It doesn't happen like that. Things don't just turn into water and then ice. It's something. We'll take a look later. And they're like, no, but that happened. And he's just trying to get everyone calmed down and everything. So are you guys coming into the gym, or do you want to go into the AV room and screw around with stuff in there, or?
I think we should go in the gym.
Basically, he's the only teacher there because he does the after school stuff. There'll probably be some other clubs that maybe have supervision as well, but you probably don't know them.
Just pack them up and tell everyone they're crazy.
Like, guys, Mr. Rush's world, I don't know what the hell these guys are all. Crack mescaline.
Yeah, I'll head into the gym.
All right, so he sees you come in, and then he's like, Ian, Wow, I'm glad. So apparently something pretty crazy was happening out there because we've got some students saying some pretty strange things.
Oh yeah, I didn't see anything.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So just the regular snow, right? And he goes, guys.
Just the regular snow.
Just like I said. Fancy that. Oh, and Josh, I see you were out there too. Everything okay? Are you fitting in okay here? I know you're kind of new. Is Ian bringing you to the AV club?
Come on in, Josh.
Thanks. Yeah. I'm working on it.
They have the
Yeah,
latest
that's
and
good.
greatest hardware. This is a Betamax.
And I actually got an early release of a Walkman. It's coming soon.
Ooh.
Be able to listen to music anywhere. It's gonna change the world.
And I think I'm just kind of like it's the first time I've actually like really smiled, and it's weird. It's like not appropriate for it's just like
an inappropriate smile.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, well, you kids, with your music and your MTV or whatever, you'll be able to actually listen to that stuff. I mean, your whatever they show on there, like Michael Jackson, probably, right? And I'm just saying that because he doesn't follow music. Not that I don't know anything about it. I'm cool, guys, really. He's like, well, come check it out. Look at this thing. Look, the tape just slides right in. You put the headphones on, and you've got an excuse to be in your own world, eh? Hey?
Yeah, Tina Turner blows my mind.
Oh, is that what that is? Yeah. Well, you can put whatever in there, like your hip hop and stuff. And I see you. You could do a little break dance for us if you wanted to, Flood. I know that's your thing. Break dancing while graffitiing, huh? Huh?
You won't trick me.
To Rush, something we need to discuss with you about project that I was working on. Could we talk to you?
Sure, yeah. Like privately or?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah. We can go into the janitor's closet.
Okay.
And we go in. He brings you in there, and it's actually pretty big. It's for like developing photos and stuff. Just wanted it to sound creepy for no reason. He's a nice guy, though. He's like, yeah. So tell me what's on your mind.
So, yeah.
Oh, I did want to ask. So, I don't want to know now, but I feel like the kids out back might be taking drugs. So.
No, everything they said was absolutely right. Yeah, that was all real. And we were visited by an alien lady that we went to the mall with and told us that we were going to be attacked by other aliens like her, I think.
Tomorrow.
So.
Yes, tomorrow. And so we...
Drugs weren't involved in this.
No, not at all.
I know this happened in the back, right? I know you guys think I don't know what goes on back there, but I just turned a blind eye. It's the back.
Nope, it was right in the middle of the football field, just like they said.
Well, there must have been a lot of energy back there.
Josh
to
got
turn all that snow into. Okay.
He tried to, I don't know, go through the snow. I don't know what you were trying to do, but he ended up getting stuck in ice.
Okay. I don't want to sound patronizing at all, but was this like E.T. or what?
Yeah.
What?
Was this like E.T.?
No, more. I thought it was more of a Close Encounters of a Third Kind situation.
Oh.
But
Okay. All right. I am just going to assume you're not lying to me.
That's probably for the best.
He's not lying. He's actually probably one of the only people here who would be smart enough to know if something was going on.
Remember how I showed you the
I
thing I
appreciate
could
that.
do with my hand?
That's true. Did they do show?
Josh knows. They
Not
don't
yet.
know.
Oh, okay.
And Philip,
Felix.
Felix.
Oh, Flippy over there.
that was me that forgot, not my character.
Okay.
So, and Felix too. He also kind of got stuck in the with the ice thing.
Okay, but you're saying we just had a first encounter with an alien species in the backyard where you guys do drugs. That's a side point. We'll get back to it.
Don't do drugs, but yes.
Yes. If that happened, wouldn't we be surrounded by, I don't know, like the military and stuff like that, like in close encounters?
I would think so, but we're not yet.
She
And
disappeared.
she said you're going to be attacked, like you personally.
Like, she was looking for the Imperator, somebody to like defend the planet. So first I pointed towards the principal, and that was probably a bad idea. So I thought,
I wouldn't trust Mr. Cambridge. He would not be able to defend his own classroom.
yeah, I'm the only one I know with, abilities like I have. Give side eye to the other two people with me. So
Can you do that? I mean, what would be involved, do you think? Maybe she was talking in metaphors or something. I mean, if this was an extraterrestrial,
well,
do you
she
think
said
they would be able to speak in, like, maybe they wouldn't be able to communicate with us in the
yeah,
way.
she couldn't until she looked at a history book.
So
Like, she was
clearly
able
very
to
advanced.
learn really quickly.
Wow. Kind of like you.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
And
not
do
like
you
me.
know each other?
No, I don't know any aliens. I'm just a
Did
kid.
she do,
She
hand things?
changed herself from looking like a lady from a disco to a lumberjack lady, but that's about it.
Hmm. So she can control what you see.
Something like that, yeah.
And did she say anything else? She said they said they were coming to attack.
Yeah, and she said,
You need
careful
a
of
defender.
white snake.
Careful of the white snakes.
Yeah.
Like the band?
That's what I thought, but there were some out on the football field, like actual literal giant white snake things that seemed to
That's
be made of
strange.
metal.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Thankfully,
We have been
they're
getting reports of that, well, don't tell your
Of
fellow
white
students.
snakes.
Yeah, no. This has been, well, it was just Abigail Henderson, but, we took it with a grain of salt there because it happened out back. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, where the kids do the drugs, I get it.
exactly. But yeah, we got reports of, she said there was white snakes out there trying to get her, and one grabbed her, and then she started to feel really, really weak and tired. And we actually found her passed out back there. So, I assumed because of the drugs and such.
No, yeah, we saw them out there, and we fought one, and then they ran off.
Wow, you fought one.
Kind of. We, like I said, scared it off. So we don't have like anything we can examine.
Oh, he looks really disappointed. Oh man, that would have been amazing, like a new species or something. If it is,
Seems like
why don't we take a look out back?
Sure. The snow's kind of covering everything up, but why not?
Yeah, you guys could show me what you saw.
Sure.
What if the white snakes come and attack you?
Well, I'd have you. Plus, I think I can take care of myself. I'm older than I look. And he pulls out a little switchblade. He's like,
older or bolder?
pick your adjective.
All right, it's your funeral, Pops.
Sure. Let's show him where.
So he wants to go out back to take a look to see if he can find this species because he thinks that would be pretty damn cool to see one of these white snakes.
Yeah, you don't want to see it if it made a girl weak and almost dead or whatever.
Well, if you can't take risks, you'll never be a scientist, Ian. This is how discoveries are made. You know, if you see something new, you don't just run away.
No, you just run into something else and hope it doesn't explode.
So let's go. Back out to the football.
Did you see explosives out there?
No. I mean, just let's go.
Okay. You start walking outside, starts looking around. So as soon as he steps out onto the field, you do kind of get like the feeling, like no one else picks it up, Crush, but you can see like a kind of shaking, and you associate that with like movement underneath the snow. It's getting quite bigger now, so you can't really see the strands, the snakes moving around as much. But you actually do see, you can make out, all of you can make out like this this kid. Looks like he's out there. He looks like he's by the tree. You see it looks like he's kind of like screwing around with it, doing something. It's kind of off in the distance and it's blizzarding right now. So, you know, Mr. Rush like does up his little puffy jacket and starts heading out there, snaps on his earmuffs, starts walking out.
And so there's a kid by where the thing crashed.
Yeah, which looks like a tree now. And you see a kid out there, and Mr.
Right.
Henderson starts walking out towards him. And he goes, "Hey, hey, you, hey!" He kind of slips off one of the earmuffs. Hey, but you can barely hear him. The kid can't hear him for sure. It's like a blizzard. And then you just see him go, "Hey!" And then and he just gets like whipped underneath the snow, and he's gone.
The kid did it?
Mr. Rush, he was like, "Hey, hey," and then you just said, "Hey, who?" And then he's just like,
Oh, yeah, but did it look like the kid did that?
the kid just looks like he's at the tree, like his back is turned to you. You can't see anything that's going on.
Tricky.
So I think the minute that Mr. Rush like vanishes at all, I'm gonna rush forward and try. I didn't see any other way to say it. I'm just gonna try and see if I can either find him and grab him away or like find whatever took him.
Sure. Okay, so why don't you okay, so you can like whip up and out there, and then you can kind of see he's not like gone. He's underneath the snow. So you can kind of see it like bulge, and you can kind of see him just like getting whipped towards in like a straight line, just like whipped towards the tree.
I'm gonna.
So do you want to try and grab him and like pull the other way, or like?
Yeah, because I don't know what the deal with the tree is, so I'm just gonna try and react.
All right, so you grab him and you try and pull back, and you see like this white tentacle like snaking up and like trying to get a hold of you. So do you want to keep trying to pull him and have the tentacles get onto you, or?
So I think I want to. Well, I think I'm going to keep holding on to him, but I'm going to go ahead. Oh no! I think I'm going to try and reach out, and with my other hand, I'm basically going to try and vibrate my hand so much that it heats up, and see if I can actually like try and grab onto the tentacle thing and just kind of burn it.
Okay, all right, sounds good. I'm gonna have you roll Defy Danger for that.
Sure.
I'm gonna have you roll Protect.
All right, and with Protect. Okay, Protect is a 0.
All right, just
Yeah.
your 2D. then.
Okay. I'm gonna do this thing. It is gonna go okay. 9.
Nice, that's not bad at all. All right, so yeah, you grab a hold of it, and as soon as you like you're vibrating or whatever, and then you grab it, and it kind of like sears, and it kind of like seems surprised, like it has a mind of its own. As you do touch it, though, you kind of feel like this strange sensation, like like the warmth in your body is being like sucked away, like if something like you're touching something really cold, but like you feel like the core of your heat, your energy is like being sucked away as well. And you also happen to, but when you do grab him, and you do grab the tentacle, whatever, and the heat does make it like kind of surprise, and let it just drops him right there. And you see Mr. Rush, and he's just like sheet white, like he's almost got like hypothermia or something, like he's like as if he's been out there for hours and hours, kind of thing, exposed.
Okay. Then if I can, I'm going to let go of the sort of tentacle thingy because I don't want any more of my heat taken, and I just kind of want to grab Mr. Rush and get him back out of the majority of the snow.
Sure. So you start taking him back, and then you see these things shooting out towards you two as well, Felix and Ian. You see that these kind of like bulges like shoot up and come out towards the snow, and you see the student like turn around. He's wearing like this white, like this red parka almost, and he's kind of got like this blonde hair, and he's pale as well. Like he looks like he's been out in the snow for a while as well. And you know, he's kind of like this weird kid, and he just transferred in. Everyone gives him like a rough time because he's always like pale and always wears that red parka. And he's actually the rumor is that he's like a defector with his family from the Soviet Union. But yeah, the immediate problem is tentacles shooting out.
Yeah,
towards you
Russians
two.
are always evil.
Well, this is 1983 in particular.
Yeah, especially then.
Especially then.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do?
I would time it so that when they try to rush for me, I would grab them and squeeze and crush them with my super strength.
Okay. Okay. I will have you defy danger for that as well. Sounds like you're just trying to be really strong about it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, just crush them.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and do smash, I think.
Smash. 7.
Alrighty. So, yeah, you can grab a hold of it. You start crushing it, and then yeah, you feel like the warmth of your body just like going into these tentacles, basically. And yeah, you crush them, but you feel like really drained. So that's just a mild condition. But you kind of crush it, and then the tentacles go flipping back, like alive things, like looking very organic. And then yeah, one of them starts snaking out towards Ian as well. What are you going to do about yours? You're still muted.
Okay.
That was a good guess in the chat.
I am going to. I'm gonna try. These are the same things we saw before. The snakes is the same.
Yeah. So it's the thing you were in contact with it briefly, so you know that they're like super strong. Apparently not strong enough that they could withstand a good Namor crushing, but you could kind of see that they're extremely tough.
So I want to try and grab onto the thing and use my ability to hack into computers to see if I can get any information out of it, of where this thing's from.
Perfect. So kind of like interface with it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is that a thing on your profile?
I have access computer systems and hack secure computer systems. I don't know.
I mean, like, is it on your simple, difficult? Or...
That's hacking is on borderline.
Okay, borderline.
Yeah.
Why don't I have you push for that?
Okay.
So it's just a straight up D6. And you actually do have a bond that's being threatened right now. I don't know if you want to burn a bond. That's something you could do.
Sure. Yeah, I'll burn a bond.
Sounds good. I think that'd be an easy justification later when he's like, oh shit, you're an alien, like the ones that attack.
Okay. So, 8.
Oh, perfect. So that bumps you up to a 10. So you can actually do it, and you can add interfacing with alien technology to your profile.
Okay.
So yeah, you interface with this thing. For a second there, it's just disorienting and taxing. But then as soon as you kind of like, interface with it, it stops trying to suck the life force out of you. And you can kind of see that it's connected, kind of like you, I guess. It's kind of like grafted on, like a cybernetic being kind of thing, grafted onto an organic thing. But it's very much its own thing, and it calls itself Omega. And it's grafted onto Alpha, which is what the kid always called himself, which is why he's getting his ass kicked. But what would you like it to do? Because you're kind of like locked into it, and plus you got a 10 on it.
Yeah, I want it to retreat, I guess.
Just to kind of like shut down.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you can kind of see it. What does that look like? Do you does your appearance change at all, do you think? Or
yeah, he kind of grabs on it, and you see like all of that pattern kind of starts like light starts seeping out.
Mm-hmm.
And his hands get real big and turn into like different cables that connect to the thing. And then it kind of like energy flows into it, and it feeds back, basically causes feedback.
Awesome. So you kind of see like an energy field, like a yellow field from you kind of like shoot out back towards it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the student, you just see him kind of like go like this, and then like just falls right forward, and you see like this kind of thing on its back, as if like this really heavy, his backpack got really heavy suddenly, and he just like can't even hold on to it anymore. He just like flops to the ground, and he goes, oh. And you also see Mr. Rush, his eyes are open, and he's looking, and he's and that can be a good basis for burning a bond, I guess, there. And yeah, for a few minutes there, you're not even sure. You hear like this crunching noise, and you're actually you actually think that maybe like the guy's back broke or something. Like his backpack must have been super heavy. And then you kind of see, when you get closer, you can kind of see that the backpack has all like these tentacles and stuff coming out of it. And the guy is just like, the student is conscious, but he's just like trying to get it off him. He's like trying to roll it off of him, but he can't move at all. Like the backpack's just too heavy. He's going nowhere.
Can I lift it, or
did you say you punch him?
Yeah. No, I want to try and lift the backpack off.
Sure. Do you have super strength?
No, I don't. So
okay, so you
probably
would,
have to ask Flood.
yeah, I guess you could, if you're like giving it commands, like interfacing with it, then you could kind of like move it that way. But if you want it to stay shut down, you were just kind of like, it just like feels like this giant heavy ball, like like this huge ball on it that you just, like a giant kettlebell.
Flood, can you give me a hand?
I pick it up.
And he's just like, and puts it down, and then
No.
the alpha's like,
And I'll try and like just make a big box to hold it.
and you see him like reach into his shirt and like grab something, and then it starts like flashing red.
Like he's gonna blow up.
That might be your first thought as a high schooler for sure.
He's either going to blow up or he's alerting the sound of danger, which probably means the invasion is now definitely coming. Just a guess. You punch him.
Do you punch him?
Yeah, I don't.
You've got super strike, so you just like it's controlled. You're not trying to like.
No, I don't want to kill him or anything. I just
okay. Yeah. So it's controlled. So you punch him and he just knocks out cold. Like he doesn't seem to be particularly strong or anything like you. Like it seems like mostly it was the Omega that was making him more powerful. But since we're at the 9:30 mark, I think that might be a good place to end it actually.
Okay, so I don't see the blinking thing yet.
You do see the blinking thing. I assume that's why you punched him. Or,
yeah, but I just want to know what.
Well, you were saying you wanted to punch him for a while, so I guess it could be before that.
No, I just wondering what it is. Yeah.
You want to pull it out, or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you reach in and you pull it out, and it's like kind of like a cigarette lighter. It looks like a big thing or something, and it's got like this flashing light on top where like the flame should be, and you hold it up, and then you see like all these things in the sky like opening up. And we'll just end it there.
Okay.
I mean, like that's like a Saturday morning cliffhanger.
Yeah, sounds good.
Perfect. Yeah, so I've got all this stuff written down. And I don't think I need anything else for next session, really. I should have it down more for how to do the recordings and stuff, so it should be smooth next time. Did you guys have any questions or anything for me? Anything you want to look into see maybe in the next episode at all?
There's no XP, right? You just work towards fictional goals.
Exactly, yeah. So your drive book is basically how you get XP, so you unlock the things within it. So if you do want to change or come back with a drive book too, we could do that, because I think it is something. I think the setting is something that I might do, like pick up again later. So we might be able to take the same characters or do like a rotating story later on as well.
Okay.
So not just the 2 sessions, but 2 for now.
Yeah. I think the only thing for me is, like you said earlier, I want to look into my origin playbook for the future and come up with why like if there's something I need to prevent, what it is.
Sounds good. And we have that email chain, so if anytime you want to shoot something towards me, that'd be awesome.
You got it.
Anything else people are looking to see more of next time, maybe?
Yeah, I'd like to try and hit on my my 2 origin moves.
Okay.
If we have a chance for that, and I'd like to see more of Flood. I think we didn't get enough cool examples of him doing awesome superhero stuff.
Sounds good.
I have a question. Is Leandra like the Shi'ar Leandra?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. I was like,
Bird people act.
She just came down to
Chew the fat.
Professor.
Well, and then like after I was like, well, why don't we just call like the X-Men? And then I figured out later, I was like, oh, it's Lilandra. Oh. So you'll get there.
Yeah.
I don't need to help you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. And so then the kid was Omega Red?
Yeah, so yeah. I think it's kind of fun when I run these things to kind of do like twists on like really cool villains and stuff that I like. So yeah, I'll probably it won't be the last time you see recognizable characters probably.
Yeah,
Cool.
I remember the character, but he had like things coming out of his hands or something, right? In the
Yeah,
comic?
so he's got like the white tentacles that kind of shoot out, and they're kind of like a carbonite, something like that. Yeah, it's like the equivalent they tried to cook up of adamantium. So
It's the
something like
Russian
that.
knockoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We didn't have it, so we kind of did it.
Carbonadium or something.
Something like that. I can't remember it. I don't. It's not carbonite, obviously, because that's Star Wars, but it's something a little longer, but with carb in it, I think.
And then Essex is the real name of Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, so we might see a little bit of that later. Maybe. I'm glad I got Marvel fans though. That'd be sweet.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to next week.
Yep. Next week.
All right. Let me stop broadcasting here.